All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends, and we are playing a different game tonight. We are playing some Skin City, and we are fortunate enough to have the makers of Skin City here, the designer and the publisher. I'm not sure the proper terms. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shut up now, and I'm gonna toss it over to my buddy Chuck, and Chuck's going to tell us everything we're doing. So there you go.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Tonight we're playing Skin City. So just to set the mood, like, imagine the apocalypse came and went. Humanity almost completely destroyed. Undead started roaming the planet again. Monsters of old have returned. And that last little fragment of humanity has retreated to their last bastion, their last place of refuge, a giant walled giant walled skitty by the name of Skin City. There we go. I did it. And things are as okay as you can get in the apocalypse, holed up in a giant metropolis style city. But the problem is here recently, there's a new cult of skeletons that have cropped up out in the wastes. And those skeletons worship a bone deity by the name of Vertabris Major. And these skeletons keep sneaking into Skin City for unknown reasons, doing just bizarre, random things. There seems to be no rhyme or reason. And we're going to be playing as those skeletons, who are you all. So let's make our skeletons and figure out how we're playing, and then we'll set up what we're doing tonight. So Skin City, based on Mark of the Odd, nice and easy. We're going to start out by figuring out everyone's luck. To do that, you're going to roll a d4. And that is your current luck score.
Yes. 1.
It's okay if it's low. You're going to get to use luck for quite a few things in this game. The primary thing you're going to be abusing is you reduce your luck by 1 and you get a reroll, or you reduce your luck by 1 and you can explode your damage. Or every now and then I might call for a luck test, and you're going to roll a d6 and hit at or under your luck score. And if you don't, bad things might happen. All right. Once you got that recorded, we need to look at your flesh points, your FP, your hit points in this game. There's 6. Everyone starts with 6 out of 6 flesh points. Okay, that's the easy stuff. Now we're going to roll strength, smarts, agile, and convince. This is straight down the line. You're going to roll 3d6 and assign it to strength. Then you're going to roll 3d6 and assign it to smarts. Same thing for agile, and then convince. Oh yeah, and those watching, Skin City, go back that, because Adam says I'm not allowed to have any more snacks until Skin City funds. Like, he's cut me off from chocolate, cookies, popcorn, potato chips.
Watch it actually work out really well. You turn real swole and get real fit and stuff.
Yeah.
Please help Chuck get his snacks.
Yeah.
Please back it so we can eat.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. We can eat anyway. But we'd still love it if you back it.
Oh, no. Bert says we should have done the reverse. I can't stop eating until it funds.
Oh.
I don't have that kind of money.
Oh, dear.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Maybe the next Kickstarter.
Next Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Make that a stretch goal.
Yeah.
We hit X. Chuck will stop eating.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. I wonder if that goes against terms and conditions.
No one reads those.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's figure out, I guess first, our human cover stories. There's a big fancy table, but we'll do this as a group. Why don't we start with Jeff? What's your agile?
My agile is 13.
Very nice. And what's
that's
your
my
convince?
best. Also really good. 12.
Nice. 13 and 12. So that means your human cover story is number 19, which is, have you looked it up yet? Oh,
I have not. I'm sorry.
that's all right. You are an occupational therapist.
Oh my gosh. What?
Managing
Oh,
the
this is-
workforce of Skin City. It's an internal struggle.
It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a Freaky Friday situation. If Melissa gets professor, this is gonna be great.
It'll be really great. But yeah, sometimes the wrong workers, they end up in the wrong jobs. And it's the job of the occupational therapist to sort them into the most profitable locations for their corporate overlords. Now, while your flesh suit is active, because you're all equipped in cutting edge flesh suit technology, as soon as your FP is reduced to 0, you lose your flesh suit and are revealed as a skeleton. Now, Jeff, while you have your flesh suit, you have the ability. Yeah, you've got advantage on convince tests to get people to quit their jobs on the spot.
Nice.
Okay. And for gear, you also start with a stack of resumes, help wanted pages from a local newspaper, and a necktie that you can use as a garrote. It's a D6 melee weapon.
Because I'm not wearing it, because that's what they are.
They are.
Okay.
They very much are.
Got it.
All right, cool. All right, Melissa, what's your agile?
My agile is 12.
Very cool. And your convince?
8.
8. All right. Oh, I got bad news. That's also a 19. So, Melissa, up or down?
Cheating. So I'm gonna.
Wow.
I'll go down.
Okay. Down is a 17. You get the most powerful human ability in the game. You are a mime.
Cool.
Flavor text.
Bye, everybody.
But the cool thing is the mime's ability is you can make a convince test and mime so hard that something not real is very real. You mime so hard that it actually becomes real, but it's only real for as long as you don't talk. So you just pretend things are, and they are.
Go the next 2 hours without talking, so everything that I want to be will be.
There you go. And your gear is you get face paint.
Cool. So like I have face paint on and I have extra face paint to use as I see fit.
As you see fit.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
Adam, what's your agile?
My agile is 11.
All right. And your convince?
10.
All right. I just got to remember how numbers work. That's a 7. Have you looked it up yet, Adam?
I have.
What are you?
I am clergy.
Oh. Why don't you tell us about clergy?
Oh, as clergy, I can use my scathing judgmental words as a ranged weapon dealing 1d4 damage. I also have advantage on any convince tests to talk people out of their belongings. In my gear, I've got a golden dish used for collecting money. Can hit people with it, melee 1d6. I got a big fancy book with a lowercase t on the cover. And it'd be a melee weapon 1d8.
Yeah, very cool. All right, Jake, what'd you end up with?
My agile is a 7. My convince is 11.
All right. That's a 5. What is a 5? Oh, you're a chef.
I am a chef.
You've practiced long and hard at arranging the meaty parts of animals in visually pleasing arrays so that humans will be enticed to consume them. Really, the arranging part's easy. It's the luring animals into a false sense of security so you can catch them and prepare them. That's the tricky part. Your special ability, you are trained in the art of human food preparation. You get advantage on convince tests to charm small animals.
Excellent.
And you also get a tasting spoon, a bashing club, and a pet care book.
The tasting spoon will be important, I'm sure.
Yes. And I realize now, looking at this, that, the real world sometimes it's a real jerk. This was all created for the fact that the skeletons in Skin City, they don't eat. They don't really understand where's the difference between pet and livestock. They don't really understand the difference between this is a decorative house plant and this is a stalk of corn. Like, it's all just plants. It's all just animals. You're a chef.
Apparently they can eat dirt, but only after following somebody.
Yes. That's a reference that I totally got. I hope.
There's a lot of things that people can eat if human expressions are to be trusted.
Dust. Yes, eat my dust.
Oh, yeah.
Eat it after you
Shorts?
follow them.
Is that a song, Adam?
No.
No, that's what I thought it was. I'm like, I don't recognize that Alice in Chains song.
Well, that's the name of it. Well, I guess
That's
it is
the
a
album.
song on the album. It was both.
Wait,
Yeah.
we don't have a boxer, so we can't have the man in the box.
No, you can't. All right, let's figure out what your skeletal hobby is. That's the next important part. Same thing. I'll let you all look at the table. You cross-reference your strength and your smart stats. And then you're going to look in the document for your skeletal hobbies. So who wants to tell me what theirs is first?
Me.
What do you got?
Flaccid frame.
Oh, very nice. What's a flaccid frame?
Well, this says my soft and rubbery bones grant me 3 damage resistance, but isn't it 2?
It was 2.
Oh, it's now 3.
It is now 3.
Oh, and bounce if you fall or jump from heights of 10 feet or more.
Yeah. So yeah, science, they got many results. You were one of those results. After being soaked in a vat of store-brand cola for a few weeks, you became all wibbly wobbly. You can use this to your advantage. It's awfully hard to hurt something that just bounces away on impact. But you don't get your skeletal ability until your flesh suit has been destroyed. So
okay. So that's the change. I agree.
That was always the way it was. I did change a bunch of things on the abilities, but you never got your skeletal ability until your flesh points are depleted.
Yeah.
And then your human ability goes away. All right, who's next?
No, I'm ready.
What do you got?
I got consume triplets. I'm the ultimate power throuple. Me and my 2 partners just couldn't stand the thought of being separated, so we decided that we wouldn't. Some people judge, but they just don't understand how special our bond is. And my ability is that I'm amalgamation of 3 skeletons. I have 6 arms, 6 legs, and 3 skulls. I gain advantage on strength tests that can leverage my extra arms and legs. My extra parts do make me a little gangly and give me disadvantage on agile tests that could be hampered by my extra parts.
Yeah. Well, luckily, those are all hidden in your meat suit. So until that fails.
Absolutely. Yep.
You don't have to worry about the gangliness. Melissa or Jake?
Thank you. I will go ahead. So I have a pertuthinist.
Oh, yeah.
So the pertuthinist is another take on concealing weapons. You have mastered the art of launching your teeth out of their dry sockets like a crude yet silent firearm. It's an effective tactic, but does tend to quickly leave one toothless. So you've modified your teeth to launch out of your face like a gun. Your teeth attack deals 1d4 damage, but after 32 tooth shots, you must find a new set of teeth to reload yours.
Very cool. Jake?
And I am a bird cosplayer, which would be way cool if birds weren't secret human government spies. That being said, I have done a pretty good job of figuring out how to contort myself to look fairly birdish. I can expand my rib cage to fly short distances.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay. There's your characters. That's it. All you got to do is slap your cover story name on and your skeleton name, and we're good to go. All right. So why don't we start with this? I'm going to share a document that Adam was already snooping in. You all are currently stationed in Skin City. You are undercover living out of an old ice cream truck parked under a bridge. As you receive your letter, it just, appears one morning, and it says, "Greetings and salutations. A transmission has been intercepted, alluding to humans having established a location where they can actively commune with ghosts. They have what they are referring to as a haunted house. None of our existing intel indicates an active spiritual nexus within the city. If this information is accurate, it could allow us to retrieve the answers to the questionnaire we submitted to the Spectral Council that they have so far refused to acknowledge. Please investigate this haunted house, find out if it is an actual spiritual nexus, and if it is, see if you can retrieve the answers to the following questions." And these questions are, in accordance with the Handbook for the Recently Deceased, why, I gotta stretch this out. Oh my gosh. I need to type less when I write things like this. In accordance, why are ghosts supposed to lay perfectly still while at their own funerals? Why are those who have self-inflicted deaths made to be civil servants in the afterlife? Skeletons have found ways to change their appearance after awakening. Why have ghosts not made the same effort? It does not seem good for one's mental health to maintain their death appearance for the rest of their unlife. Why are only certain humans able to see ghosts? Wouldn't it be more beneficial to have all or none of the humans able to see ghosts? Is haunting of a location a compulsion or a form of entertainment? Where exactly is the Lost Souls room? Why are ghosts not able to leave their living home for such a prolonged period after death? And is there any special type of writing utensil that a ghost door must be drawn with? Now, in addition to these questions, we've also received intel on variant crops the humans have been harvesting. See if you can find seed samples for the following: candy corn, caramel apples, caramel corn. May her bony appendage guide you. Scribe Calcanus McFlangy. So, you all have your job. Let's get the names of our human, totally normal human group. Jeff, who are you?
Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm trying to figure that out because I feel an obligation to name all of my skeletons, and so my skeletons are Dusty, Ned, and Lucky.
Nice.
So I think my human name is going to be, oh god, let's call it Donkey.
Donkey? Okay.
Yeah. So my name is Donkey because that combines all of them.
Okay. Very
We're
cool.
one big amalgamation. So I'm Donkey McDunkerston.
Donkey McDunkerston. I love it.
Yep.
Great cover.
Very
story.
professional. Yeah.
Super professional.
And you don't have to call me doctor because I technically don't have a PhD. It's just a master's level. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, master level.
So
still-
Master Donkey.
Master, exactly. Yeah. So
Yes.
Master Donkey McDunkerston. Or Master McDunkerston,
That's
I accept a lot of different
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Jake, what's your cover story name?
I am Chef Reardon Gimsley, who is a fantastic chef. That is why my name also includes the name Chef.
First name Chef, middle name I
Reardon,
like it.
last name Gimsley. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's why
Chef.
people say, yes, chef, when I give directions in the kitchen.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Adam,
Yes.
who are you?
Oh, I underneath am Turgidus. But my fleshy cover story name is Zorcist Oldman.
Zorcist Oldman.
Yes, I may be pronouncing it incorrectly. Exorcist Oldman.
Okay.
I am a member of the clergy. They are good at exorcising ghosts. we will go in and we will make sure they are healthy by getting plenty of cardio.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Melissa,
Yes.
are you?
I am Cytherus,
Okay. Very Greek.
the mime. I'm
Oh,
literally
wow.
Googling female mimes.
Okay.
And so I'm not being original,
Okay.
as I tend not to be.
No, that's fine. Listen, I mean, it's a very skeletal answer because they would just refer to the old human transmissions to figure out what an appropriate name may or may not be.
There you go. The oldest of old
Yeah.
transmissions.
And you have a reputation. well known.
you go.
Indeed.
There you go.
Hate
All
to do
right.
this, but I'll be right back.
Goodbye, Jake. And he's gone. He hates us now.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
He just he heard the mime name and he was like, enough of this.
I'm out.
I
I'm
know.
out.
Can't take this.
Toodaloo.
Never mind.
Yeah. So you all quickly make it across town to the location of this haunted house. You are provided an address. You find yourself not standing in front of an actual house, but it appears to be an old shop in a parking lot. Maybe at one point it might have been one of the gas stations where humans go to expel gases from themselves, or possibly one of the Dollar Generals, a strange location devoted to an old military leader of theirs. But it is this, very utilitarian style, square, squat building with a large parking lot. You can see that there is a short line in front of it leading to the front doors where an old woman waits and collects things from people before ushering them inside. What would you all like to do?
Is go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Dad. It's fine.
Is the old woman available for talking?
Sure, why not? I mean, there is a line of people who are waiting to talk to her, but they seem to be chatting amongst themselves quite a bit.
I'll walk up to her and I'll say, the weather is the weather.
Oh, hello there. Oh, you're dressed up as a priest. That's
Yes.
fun.
Yes, I am here to make sure the demons are exorcised.
Oh, well, you've arrived at the right place in this spooky, haunted house. I mean,
Just here to help your friendly neighborhood priest.
well, I mean, $5 a ticket. And she gives you like a weird, $5 and kind of slides her hand off yours. You need to pay me $5 before I can give you a ticket, hon.
I am here to exorcise the demons. You should be paying me a donation to the church, as I'm going to try and convince her to give me $5.
Yes, go ahead and make that convince test.
I do get an advantage on that.
Yeah, I mean, you are the clergy.
And her money is her belonging, right? So
Sure.
I got a 2.
You got a 2. Okay, so when everyone is aware, when we say advantage, you roll 2d20. You keep the lower. If you got disadvantage, it's the exact opposite. Roll 2d20, keep the higher. Adam, you got a 2. I guess I did maybe miss the collection plate. Here you go. And she pulls out of her little... And you see she's wearing this long black dress robe with this pointed hat, and her face has kind of been painted green a little bit as she hands you a $5 bill.
Yes. We keep track of these things. I will tell your God I will tell God that you're now at 10%, like you should be.
Oh, well, thank you. It's fantastic. It's still $5 though, if you want a ticket.
Okay. I hand it back.
She gives you a ticket. You're good to go.
So Donkey wants to be behind him and wants to talk to the woman as well. And it's going to look at her and be like, are you happy in your current profession? Is this standing here and collecting things from people? Is this what you've always wanted in your life?
No, I was a school teacher. I taught kindergarten. It was quite rewarding, but then, they catch you helping the students at nap time with, just a little NyQuil. It wasn't that much.
Oh, well.
All of a sudden, I can't teach, and now I'm here working minimum wage. But it's fun to see kids having fun.
Minimum wage. Minimum wage.
Yes.
What
They're
is
paying
minimum
me
wage?
an entire $3.75 an hour.
$3.75 out. $3.75 what?
$3.75.
$3.07, and this is minimum.
Yes.
That is very small. And for someone such as you, who has a history of teaching children in gardens, and you have come to this in your life, this seems unjust. Do you not think that perhaps there is something better for you than minimum wage, like medium wage?
I would love medium wage.
Medium wage suits you.
I would take medium low wage.
Well, medium low is fine, but start high and then work down.
Okay. You know what? You're right.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a convince test.
Okay, so I'm trying to get her to quit and either, you know what I mean? So I have an advantage. I have advantage on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to get her to quit. To just leave.
Quit her job
so
on the spot.
Okay. Both are successes, so I needed a 12.
You're right.
Yeah.
I deserve better than this. She closes her
You
cash
do.
box, stuffs it in her purse, and then just storms off, leaving the front door unattended.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. Another satisfied customer.
The master has spoken.
Yes, it is master. It is not sir, but that is fine.
That's fine. The front door is now fully unattended. Everyone else in line looks very confused. But Adam's character, whose name I totally remember is Zorcist, has already entered. Are the rest of you going in?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will take the entire roll of tickets and go in.
The entire roll of tickets, and you go in.
It's so sad she took
I'll
the
give
money
one to
too.
Cythrus too. Here you go.
Okay. Cythrus? Yeah, anything you're doing when you go in?
Cythrus had a plan, and she was like scrunched her face and she was focused on the plan. And then the woman walked away and she just sort of shrugged. And
okay. And I'm not going to penalize you for wanting to speak out of character. So if you need my attention, just say, hey, Chuck, I want to do this. Sure. But if Jake hands you a ticket and you say thank you, then that might mess up any active believings or mimings that you have going on.
Yeah, I don't at the moment. I was about to, and then the problem was solved. So
perfect.
Okay.
I guess I should look at my notes. You've all made it in through the front door. And as you enter in, you're in a long, winding hallway. The walls kind of move in and out a little bit. It's not perfectly straight. And you can see that the walls are lined with portraits. Old, Victorian era frames. These yellowed portraits of look to be normal people. But as you kind of walk by them, you can see that some of them, in the corner of your eye, seem to transform into terrible monsters. And there's even a few that seem to just be watching you all. Do you all continue, or what do you want to do?
I'd like to address one of the monsters.
You walk up to one of the monster portraits.
Yes. Please tell me, what sort of materials do they use to draw the ghost doors here?
The monster portrait, as you move closer to it, it seemed to shift back into a normal looking person. But you,
Yes.
as you're there, the portrait next to it, you can see like the eyes followed you up. And as you ask that question, the portrait next to it kind of rattles a little bit.
I'll place my ear up close to the portrait to see if it says it.
You put your ear up to the portrait to see if it says anything. And you feel a wet squirt, cold fluid hit your ear.
Excellent. I will draw ghost doors with this fluid. I need to find a way to save it. Can somebody help me save this fluid?
Yes, and I will hold out my plate, my golden plate.
Yes.
Now you've
Yeah.
got a wet spot with a little bit of earwax on your plate.
Excellent.
One down. Do you all continue?
Idris
Yeah. Oh,
is going to go up to a different portrait on the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
And she's just going to stand in front of it
sure.
and wave.
You can see as you move up to this portrait, its eyes blink and it kind of watches you wave. But the face of it doesn't respond.
So she kind of moves
Oh, those
to
eyes
see
are
if the eyes follow.
following you, tracking you.
And okay. She wants to, looking at which of the questions is like mimeable. And she wants to try to do a mime
Yeah.
of room, souls, lost.
Okay. You're miming.
Three
Yeah.
words, sounds like.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a convince test.
Okay. So my ability says that I make a convince test.
Yeah. Anything
So it
you
sort of
mime,
becomes real. Okay.
you mime so hard that it becomes real with a convince test.
Okay. So the fun of random generation is that my convince score is an 8.
That's average. That's perfectly good.
No. Let's see which dice. No, I'm gonna go with this one. All right. That's a 4.
That's a 4. Ooh. Behind, you don't see the mouth move, but you hear a voice from behind the picture. The cube.
She's making a square.
Room. And you spend a few minutes miming at this portrait. Oh, that's near the end. You got to keep going through.
And she
yeah.
points.
Yeah, that way. You got to keep going through. Gertrude, she's in there.
And then, having received the information, then she will drop the mime at that point. And then she will say, "Thank you very much."
Absolutely. So yeah, you've got information. If you keep going through, you'll find the room that you're looking for, and there's a Gertrude in it.
Good to know.
All right. Anyone else doing anything?
How many more
There's
paintings
easily
are there?
20 or 30 portraits along this hallway.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll go up to one of them. Is there any one of them that looks like, you said they're all like Victorian?
Yeah.
Does any one of them look like any sort of like lowbrow, or is it anything that might be like somebody working at like a factory or anything like that? Like, is it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You see some like an old coal like furnace like you would see on like a ship, and you see like there's a image of a guy shoveling coal into it, but it's one of those, as you get close it kind of shifts as like these fiery like demons kind of like for a moment pop out of the forge and then go back in, and then you move a little bit.
Okay. And are any eyes moving or anything like that as I come to it?
As you move up to it, you can see that there's like in the background, there's like a foreman. And he's got like this big watch in his hand, and you can see the back of the watch is a big eyeball.
Okay. So Donkey will get up nice and close to the eye, like super close, like,
oh yeah.
Oh, I can see that you are hard at work. You are tending to the labor in front of you. Do you enjoy a career in middle management?
Not even a manager, buddy. As you hear it from the portrait, you don't see the man talking. I'm not even a manager. I'm a volunteer.
You volunteer for this? This is not compulsory.
No, they don't pay me.
They don't pay you? How could they? What do you gain from doing this, though?
They take hours off my community service.
Take hours off community service? You are not servicing the community any longer?
No, I have to perform service for the community as a form of punishment.
So you are forced to engage socially as a punishment for what? For bad behavior? What was it that you are being punished for?
Yeah, no, I ate more than my fair share of blue ration tablets for like a week.
So now you are forced to volunteer. But is it volunteering if you are being forced to do it?
It's like volunteering in quotes.
So it is compulsory.
Volunteer.
I see. So you are not finding joy in what you are doing right now?
No.
Huh. Then why do you continue to do it?
So, because they're taking time off.
How much time do you need taken off before you no longer have to continue this?
I've been making pretty good headway. I've only got like 600 hours to go.
600 hours? You need to stay behind this for 600 more hours.
This is just for the season.
Huh. Well, the season. What season?
Spooky season, man.
Oh, so I see. Well, you have been most enlightening. Thank you. Here is a resume. And so I will like roll up one of my resumes and slide it in.
Yeah, the eye moves. There's a black hole. You slide it in.
Yeah.
You can hear it unfurl on the other side.
As you can see.
Thanks.
I have... Actually, I don't know if I should give him a resume or I should just give him a copy of the local... I have a stack of resumes, yeah. Well, I don't want to give that away. Yeah, I guess I'll give that to him. I mean, like,
you tear out an ad and give it to him.
Yeah, I'll take out an ad. I'll just take out an ad, and it'll be like a coupon. It won't even be like for a job. It'll just be a coupon for something. This is like 2 for 1 something or other, and like just in case this comes in handy for you.
Thanks.
That is what he did. You are quite welcome. Remember to take time for self.
Absolutely, yeah. As you're walking away, you hear like a little murmur, like, this is expired.
They will still take it. Just, you have to be forceful.
Okay.
Tell them you will take your business elsewhere.
Absolutely.
It's a price match.
Yeah. As you all eventually
goodness.
make it to the end of the hallway, The door swings open for you. It's this old, kind of rotten, wooden-looking door. As it swings open, you can see that you are looking into what appears to be an indoor cemetery. There's a little walking path just kind of snaking through these mounds of like dirt with grass, with tombstones, but there's also coffins propped up all over. And as you kind of look in, you can see that there's, on the far end of the cemetery, there is another door that is illuminated with purple light. What would you all do?
I'm just going to
read
go up.
some of these. Like, because we're in a graveyard, right?
Yeah.
Just want to poke around and look at some of the headstones.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you walk up to the first one, you can see that it's for someone by the name of Johnny. And the inscription is, "Here lies Johnny Yeast. Pardon me for not rising."
I will cackle maniacally at that one as I understand the joke being a chef.
Imagine Cithrus kind of like elbowed you and pointed to it.
That's okay. Sorry, I got distracted. What was that again?
So I will just see if any of the caskets open.
You start walking up to one of these caskets, and as soon as you get within maybe 5 feet, the door flies open, and a skeleton pops out at you, arms freely waggling in the air at you, as a maniacal, mechanical laughter originates from within the coffin.
I look around and I'm like, get back in, they'll attack you.
It doesn't seem to respond now that it's kind of done with its leap out. It's just standing there limp.
What are you doing? You're giving away your position.
It's not responding.
Oh no, a skeleton! Get it! And I'll hit it with my club.
Give me, what's your club, a D6?
Yep.
Give me a D6 roll.
That is a 6.
Give me a D6 roll.
That is a 4.
You club the skeleton for 10 damage, and as you strike it hard, it just shatters apart. Not like bone should, but like bits of plastic, and you can see that there was a spring attached between its back and the coffin. It's utterly destroyed.
I'll look around. It's all right, everyone. I handled the threat. I'm so sorry.
I will gather up the bones and place them nicely inside the casket.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
And I'll say, Vertabris Major, look upon you and hopefully raise you soon.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Cithrus,
before you close the coffin, I'm going to tear off a small little coupon, or a wanted page, and I'm going to slide it into the coffin. For when he returns, he will need a cover story.
Oh, perfect. Very good. Cithrus?
Who even was he? And Cithrus will look at this headstone.
Right next to it, the name of Georgia, and the inscription is, "I told you I was sick."
Cithrus then wants to look around, not thinking that we're there just yet, but she wants to look and see if anyone is named Gertrude.
Yeah, go and give me a smarts test. You'll roll a d20 at or under your smart score.
All right, smarts is 10, rolled a 12.
Yeah, no signs of anyone named Gertrude, but some of these are kind of hard to read.
And so she'll just look around and not see what she's looking for, and then just sort of look back to everyone else and just kind of put her hands up and shrug.
Okay. What do you all do now? There are more coffins. There's also the door illuminated in purple light at the end of the room. There's more headstones.
I'll go and open another casket.
Jeff, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, so in this room, it's just, you said graveyards or anything?
It's just like a graveyard. Yeah.
Does it look like there's any, has there been any attempts to show like plant growth or anything? Or is it just like stones and like, is there like any kind of...
There's some out of game. It's like some fake grass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Donkey is going to get down on the grass and start going through it. While you do that, I am going to look for seeds. And so I want to go through the grass. I have heard that they plant them in the ground. And so I'm going to look for any kind of candy corn seeds or caramels, anything like that. Okay, I will do that. What do I have for luck? So,
D6 at or under.
Okay. That is no. That's a 4 over 2.
4 over 2? Okay. Good news is, as it says on your character sheet, your luck does now increase to 3.
Ah, okay.
But you don't find any candy corn or anything. Now, Zorcist, you start walking up to another casket kind of propped up against something. And as, like, once again, about 5 feet, all of a sudden the lid flies open. Another skeleton pops out, just kind of bouncing around, limbs going everywhere.
And I'll just like push on the sternum, put it back in the casket, and I'll be like, "You need a meat suit."
Give me a smarts test.
Uh,
13?
No.
No? It doesn't respond. You do manage to push it back in, and when you do, you hear click, and the coffin lid like closes itself.
Well, at least it was getting plenty of exercise.
Sure.
I don't think we'll find ghosts in here. I think we'll only trip other skeletons that we may cause them to die. I'm ready to move on if everyone else
They're
is.
hiding. They're hiding well. We should leave them be.
It is curious, though, that they would send 2 operations into the same room, is it not?
They may not have been raised by Vertabris Major. They may be one of the brainless ones.
Oh, so everyone's aware. You all are Vertabris Major skeletons. You are fully sentient and intelligent. There are what you all refer to as the evil skeletons, which are just mindless brutes with no spark left in them. These very well could be evil skeletons. Unable to communicate, not blessed by Vertabris Major.
Cytherus will just sort of, at that conversation, just sort of like look sad for them. Mm-hmm. And then Cytherus will sort of stand by the illuminated door at the back of this graveyard area and just sort of like look to everyone and kind of point to the door and then see if they're done with this room.
I'm gonna take a quick look around and just kind of bring in the environment, see if there's anything we're missing.
Give me a smarts test.
With the graveyard, you'd think there'd be something. Yeah, let's move on.
You roll a 19. That's not a pass. You all meet up at the illuminated purple door next to Cytherus. Do you all go through?
Yes.
As the door opens, the heavy scent of like incense comes wafting out. You see a dimly lit room with like velvety curtains over the walls, a table with chairs around it. An old woman sits at the table. There's a crystal ball on the table, and as you enter, come on in. You've reached Madame Gertrude. I will read your fortunes and tell you things from beyond the grave that the spirits confer upon me. Come on in.
Yeah.
Have a seat at my table
Take a seat.
so that we may commune with the spirits.
Scytherus sits down.
Yeah, you all sit down. Now we will
Yeah.
join hands. What is your question for the great beyond?
Why are ghosts supposed to lie perfectly still at their own funerals?
It's a weird question, kid. But all right, let's find out. Oh, great spirits. Why are you ghosts supposed to lay perfectly still at your own funerals? And the lights flicker. The table shakes. Smoke kind of starts pouring into the room. The crystal ball starts gliding up, varying colors. The ghosts, the spirits of the dead speak to me, and they say, so that we don't get... It's a weird question, kid. It's proper etiquette. There you go.
Manners are important. Yes.
Yes. Well,
I understand that when you eat, you're supposed to have your pinky up. Manners.
proper manners, especially when you're drinking tea. Now, that I have given you this information from beyond the grave, please kindly continue on your journey through this dangerous, haunted house.
So you can speak with ghosts.
It is the power of Madame Gertrude that, yes, I am a medium who can speak with the other side.
What if we have more questions?
I'm only supposed to answer one question per group. Like, I guess if you went back around and then bought another ticket, like, I could answer more questions for you.
I will slam the roll of tickets on the table.
Well,
Nice.
shit, big spender. Ask your questions.
Why are those who had self-inflicted deaths made to be civil servants in the afterlife?
Um,
I'm like, I go and I realize that I don't have a notepad on me.
Okay, Ghost, you heard the question. As the table shakes and the crystal ball lights up and there's smoke. It's because it's like community service.
We've heard this term before. And I look at Swolton?
Donkey.
Donkey
Donkey.
McDunkerson, the master. I have many names.
I mean, you gotta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just like, Madam, you say that you are a medium, yes?
Yes.
Do you ever desire bigger? Do you ever wish to be a large?
No, I don't want to be a lodge. Listen, I
I have heard that there is even extra large.
no, my doctor wouldn't like it. Listen, have you heard this thing called
I have
Atkins?
also heard that there is extra large.
It just kind of never stops, does it? It's always another X.
If you but were to answer our questions, we could help you achieve extra large. Yes?
So you're saying if I sit here and continue communing with the dead for you, that I would become more successful as a medium, and you would presumably pay me money?
Yes, but there is an even better currency that you would gain.
Which is
Personal fulfillment for helping another clearly group of citizens.
you're a really weird bunch, you know that? But sure,
Thank you.
ask
I
your
see.
questions. I don't mind.
These ghosts, they haunt places, yes?
Yeah.
What is the reason behind it? What is the motivation? Do they do that because they are required to? They are perhaps tethered to some sort of labor
Community
force.
service.
Yes, community service as punishment. Or do they do this simply because they find joy in it?
Sure, let's ask the ghosts.
Thank you.
Okay. Table, lights, smoke. They came back to me and they said that the ghosts that do it for fun are called poltergeists. But for the rest of ghosts, they do it as a form of community service. It is not something they have a choice on. They are compulsed to do it by powers from beyond the grave.
Your power is truly dizzying, large Gertrude. I apologize. Extra large Gertrude. Thank you.
I don't like that compliment. It's not the compliment that you think it is, but okay.
I was once
It's
told the
amazing.
term bigger is better.
No, trust me, there's places that's true and there's places that's not true.
I've heard that there are places that don't even use large. They say grande in venti.
Tall.
Oh, yeah, I know about those places, but sadly, my credit allotment doesn't let me eat out that much.
Oh. That
Thesaurus is going to come
very
in at this
sad.
point,
Yeah,
and she is going to mime
yeah,
a drink
yeah.
and putting a sleeve on it,
Oh,
And-
or
writing a name on it, and handing it over.
convince test as you prepare her a venti coffee.
I'd very much like this to work. Oh,
You can burn a
Um,
point of luck to re-roll that.
yeah, I missed it by 1, so I need to.
Just go
You draw
one
it.
lower.
Well, yes, that's the goal in rolling the dice, but we'll
Yeah.
see if it
Yeah.
actually works. Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, you mime so hard. What kind of drink is this that you are miming for her?
So this is like some kind of a latte. Like she's got the whole setup of like steaming the milk
Oh,
and
yeah.
like the whole.
You
The
all
whole
even
thing.
hear the sounds. Absolutely. All of a sudden, you all see is Cythrus is miming. All of a sudden, like name brand, $14 for a venti appears, and you hand it over to medium Gertrude. I don't know how you did that, but that's some fancy sleight of hand there. And she'll take, oh, that is so good. Sir, oh, it's I love the nuttiness of that and like the robust. It's so delicious.
and just get kind of like the thumbs up and like throwing the towel over the shoulder. Like Cythrus gets up from the table, and it on the side it said "Large Gertrude." It was written on the side.
Absolutely perfect. Okay. Hey, I'll tell you what, you all I love this drink. You're all, ask away. I will gladly confer the answers from beyond for you all.
Is there any special type of writing utensil that ghost doors must be drawn with?
Wait a second. Y'all are just fans of that really old movie, aren't you? Is that what it is?
I have this as I point to the liquid that's in my communion bowl.
No, if I remember correctly from the movie, it was chalk that they used.
What are they chalking it up to?
No, the writing utensil is the. Do you not know what chalk is?
Like rock?
No, the white stick writes on like chalkboards. Teachers use it.
I have seen on your western side of the city rock chalk.
That's different. That's the sports ball team.
Oh.
Let's just go 3 blocks down. There is a school supply shop for like teachers and stuff, and they got all sorts of chalk there.
Okay.
Anyway,
Are there any out of
Teachers,
shape ghosts
chalk,
here?
Community service.
any out of shape ghosts?
Yes, so we can get them exercise.
I get it. That's a funny pun. I see what you did there.
I don't.
Oh, you want to talk about funny puns? In the previous room, there's a grave that says, Johnny Yeast, forgive me for not rising.
Oh, that's funny. No, Marco, he came up with the puns on those. If you see Marco, make sure you let him know that you got a kick out of those.
Oh, a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a kick. Did anybody get kicked back there?
Cythrus shakes her head no.
Should we go back to get our kick? Have they taken what is rightfully ours?
Well, you're not supposed to go back. You got to keep going forward. It's like it's set up in a path that takes you through.
Chalk is that way, though.
Gotcha. So, yeah, it's
Oh,
like
true.
it powers beyond the grave. So we have to keep going beyond the grave to find the power.
Did we get all the questions? As I turn to the group.
I think.
That why are certain humans able to see ghosts? Do we have that one?
Not yet.
Okay. Extra large Gertrude. I have another question for you. You are,
Go for
as
it.
we have seen, very talented and gifted.
Yeah.
Why is it that there are some humans, such as yourself, who are gifted with such talents, like conversing and seeing ghosts? Wouldn't it be more beneficial to have either all humans see or no humans see?
Well, as a medium, I am especially as an extra large.
Do not sell yourself short.
I appreciate that. Takes a sip of her drink. You can't have, only some of us have the mental fortitude to deal with being able to see the dead. Because, like, I mean, it's unpleasant. You remember that movie with that guy and that kid, and like the kid could like see ghosts? Like, it really messed him up.
There was a kid in a movie who could see ghosts.
Yeah.
We should speak to this kid.
No,
But-
it's an old movie. He's not around anymore.
He has passed. But I see. Is
Yeah.
he now a ghost himself?
Probably.
Then he could still
Ah.
talk to ghosts, probably. We should
I mean,
find him.
Yes. Hmm.
But
He could
yeah,
be a
like
font of knowledge.
if everybody had the gift that I had, they don't got the chutzpah for it. Like they couldn't hold up. They'd all lose their minds.
That
Chutzpah.
teacher you were talking to before, you said
Yes.
she could be more. What
Yes.
if it's only certain people who are more that can see ghosts? Like, say, medium to extra, extra large.
Yes, and if you are small or extra small, you cannot see ghosts.
Or if you do see them, it messes you up. Like that kid in that old movie.
Yes,
is-
and then you become a ghost yourself.
What is this dish?
Oh,
you
that's
speak of?
terrifying.
Very terrifying. Extra terrifying.
Hmm. You said something about a dish?
Nah, don't worry about it. Move on.
Anyway, if you ain't got no more questions, I think I hear the next group getting ready to come through. You
Where do
all
you
have
keep
been-
the seeds? Where is your seed bank?
Well, I ain't got no seeds. What kind of seeds are you looking for? You making a tomato garden?
No. No, it's tomatoes, apples, corn.
Corn.
Yes. Various
mean-
kinds of corn.
Those are all managed by the Ministry of Agriculture. So if you wanted those, you'd probably have to fill out the proper forms. But like, you wanting corn?
Yes.
I mean, at the end, there's a popcorn vendor. You could get you some of that.
Do they have caramel?
Yeah, they got caramel corn. They've also got kettle corn. I mean,
corn. Is that like candy corn?
no, I mean, you just got to get through. In the back parking lot, there's a bounce house and there's the booths with the snacks and stuff. I mean, they got everything. They got candy corn, caramel corn, kettle corn, caramel apples, popcorn. I think they're even giving out like those little like half cans of soda for the kids.
They have houses that bounce. Could have
There are
used them
kids.
in earthquakes.
Yeah.
And Cytheris is just standing in the back of the room, just bouncing at the bounce house. That's what she's doing. She's just
That's
bouncing.
fantastic. Table of Horrors, thank you for that raid. This is not my channel. This is other people's channels, but still thank you. We're doing a demo of the game that Adam and I have on Kickstarter right now called Skin City. And Melissa, you put the link there already. Thank you.
Yeah,
Go check it out. But yeah, I mean, like, if you want snacks and stuff, like, they're just back there, like, they're just giving them out. I think they even have cotton candy.
Cotton
Just giving
candy.
it away. It's amazing.
And you said that there are kids back there. They are in the garden with the corn and the apples and the cotton.
Oh,
There's no garden, but yeah, they're back. The kids are back then.
There's no garden. Did the woman at the front lie to me? She said that there was kindergartens here.
oh, perhaps it is just the corn. Perhaps they are the children of the corn.
Ah,
That's another one of them old movies that I never watched it because, you know, after they introduce sensory bombardment, those old movies just don't carry like they used to.
Carrie, I have heard of that movie.
Cytheris was bouncing excitedly, and they just keep talking, and so she's just now like hanging head, sad face in the back
Yeah.
of the room.
Yeah.
All right. I will just, after saying all right, I will turn and go towards the next room.
I will slide the tickets over and say, you can keep all these. It's fine.
Thank you. Actually, you might want to keep some of these. If you're going to get some of the adult beverages, you do need to have a ticket. You exchange those for drinks. So I appreciate you giving me those. I will definitely take, but maybe take like 10 for yourselves.
And Donkey's gonna take a resume out of the stack and slide it over. In case you are in need of assistance, you have been most helpful.
Well, thank you. Why does it say here that you were an assistant manager at Circuit City?
Because I was an assistant manager at Circuit City, where service is state of the art.
My bad. It's very impressive. Thank you. I will keep this in mind.
I am welcome. And then he leaves.
Yeah. You all can move on to the next one. But I'll tell you what, before we move on to the next room, why don't we go ahead and call this a good, you've completed an encounter, so take a luck point.
Ooh.
Use those things because I will give them to you. Now, the max luck is 5. Is it 5?
I started with
5.
1, so I've been
You've got a
stingy.
way to go.
I'm up
All
to
right.
4.
Very nice. As you
Yeah, I didn't want to
open-
have to roll a luck.
Yeah. Well, look, you're doing better now. Now you got 2. As you open the next door, this just wall of cold crashes into you. As you're looking into a dark room with flickering lights, you can see there's large masses hanging off of hooks, descending from chains on the ceilings. It's a very grisly looking room with gore and blood splattered on the walls and the floor. What do you all do?
Just walk through.
Okay.
Gentlemen,
Do you all follow?
As you would. And continue and follow the other 2.
So Thris will look at some of these just to see what they are.
Give me a smarts test.
Okay, rolling under 10. 14.
Okay. You walk up to it. They're red. They are soft. They are kind of squishy. Almost looks like they're made out of wrapped in hair or fiber. But you're not familiar with your failed skill test, what these may or may not be.
And she just pokes at it,
As
thinking
you're
an answer is
poking-
going to come to her for a while.
It's not super, you poke your finger into it and it's just, when you remove your finger, there's a hole. It's very much just loosely wound fabric, just this dark red color.
She failed, so she'll just keep digging. If a finger went in, then she'll just see if there's any.
You dig, you pull, you rip this thing apart, and eventually you pull out a bone from the center of it. It's like a tibia, this red bone. It's very light, almost like it's got give to it. It's not solid like your bone should be. Yeah, it bends. It's very concerning.
Just
I
like
think at this
Zorsis.
point, she'll just sort of say, I don't think bones are supposed to do this.
Must have been one of me.
This yours?
Not sure. I'll check when I can open, and I'll just take it with me.
Okay. Yeah, you've got a plastic bone in your inventory. Now, Zorcist, all of a sudden, you hear this loud mechanical revving noise. Just brrr, brrr, brrr. It's deafening loud, echoing through this room. You can see that there's a path moving forward deeper into this room, hopefully through, but you can't tell where this noise is coming from. It's so just overwhelming how loud it is. What do you all do? You all hear it.
I'm getting ready for a fight. I don't know what that thing is, but it's probably not a skeleton.
I'll hold up
Donkey
my.
is getting out his tie, and he's like tying it around.
As Donkey, yeah,
Cytheris just grins uncomfortably because she's getting ready to shoot out teeth if she needs to. So it's this really like awkward.
I do want to point out that you can't shoot your teeth out until your meat suit has been depleted. Skeletal abilities are locked behind your meat suit.
Ooh, I see.
Yeah.
Cytheris, you may want to get your sword out.
Zorcist will hold up his lowercase t book and the bone.
Okay.
Cytheris will try to reach back for the bone because Cytheris has no weapons of any kind.
Cytheris, Jake did point out something to you. You may want to get your sword out.
Sorry, I have a sword?
You don't, but you are a mime.
Oh, sorry, Jake. That went right over my head. Cytheris just sort of looks at you and she's just grabbing around her waist like she doesn't have a sword. And then just after like a really long pause, she points to her forehead. And so then she will focus really hard on...
Give me that convince test.
Trying. Okay. My character is no brighter than I am. Oh!
I should have said a machine gun.
What'd you get?
That's a 20.
20 doesn't get you anything, but the good news with rolling a 20, it does increase your luck. Yeah.
Okay. So I can't spend luck though, but I just get another luck.
Oh no, you can spend luck. Yeah, you can absolutely spend luck to re-roll that.
I would like to spend. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a crit and I'm stuck with.
No.
It would have been funny if I get like a toothpick. Like I'm trying to like imagine a sword and I got a toothpick. All right, let's try this again.
You get like a foam sword. And it's just like moving
a foam pirate sword. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How'd you do?
Meets it, beats it. I rolled exactly.
Meets it, beats it. Yeah, at or under.
Okay, so for first attempt, she kind of does the unsheathing of a sword and ends up with this little toothpick in her hand.
Yeah,
and she throws it down, closes her eyes, tries again, and unsheaths.
Absolutely. What kind of sword do you pull out?
This is so my strength is 6, so I'd like to think it's this like berserk size like sword. Yeah. That like appears and then she just sort of like falls forward and just like kind of like falls into the ground.
You have this ridiculously large size sword. You will do a D8 damage.
Nice.
As all of a sudden leaping out behind Chef is this monstrous, hideously deformed clown wielding a chainsaw above its head, just revving, just looming at you menacingly. What do you all do?
If I can sneak behind it to like put to try to...
Your garrote? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's very loud. Go ahead and give me an agile test, but I'll give you advantage on this.
Okay. So, all right. So was my ad. Okay, my agility's pretty good. Okay, so
Yeah.
I need a 13 or under.
Okay.
And I got two 17s.
Rolled
Oh,
double
oh,
17s. Do you
I
wanna
did
spend
get a
point
bunch of
luck?
luck, so I will spend
Yeah.
some luck. Yeah. So do
Yeah.
I reroll one or do I
Reroll both of them.
Okay. Wow. Double 17s. All right, I finally got one. It's meets it, right?
Meets
is
it,
good?
beats it. Yeah.
Okay, 13. 13 is what I needed. So I got
Yeah,
a 13.
absolutely. You just duck and weave. All of a sudden, you pop up behind. Oh God, there's that movie where like Jim Carrey comes up behind some. Oh no, it's Punched in the Face While Eating with Andy Samberg. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that and you garrote him. Give me your D6 for garroting.
Okay. My D6 for garroting, 1 point of damage.
Do you want to spend a point of luck to turn that into
Sure.
a 6?
I do. I want to spend a point of luck to turn it into a 6. It's all that
Yeah.
luck I just got. It's all gone again.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that becomes a 6. Which means you get to roll another D6.
Oh, look at that. Okay. Let's see. That's 3 more. So it's 9.
All right, 9 damage. As all of a sudden you pop up behind him, you go hard with this garrote and you just, and you're choking. He is kicking, flailing around with this chainsaw. I think it's a great time for initiative.
I
Yeah, it's
forget
a
how we
great
do
time for
in this
initiative.
game.
What's that?
I forget how we do initiative in
I
this
put
game.
it on the character sheet.
Oh, you did.
Roll a d20. Add agile. I rolled
Highest.
a 5 and my agile's 12, so that's a 17.
It's a 17.
24.
24.
Saw a natty 20 in there.
That was good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's start
Nice.
out with, I see a 27. Does anyone have higher than a 27?
Nope, I tie.
So Adam and Jake, Chef and Zorcist, I'll let you two take your turns simultaneously here.
Okay. Well, I will hold up the book and I will point the bone at this guy and I will say, "You put that down right now or else you will go to..." And I open the book real quick and...
Yeah,
You will be
find-
judged!
Absolutely. So your words as a clergy deal a D4 automatically. So is that what you're doing here?
Yes.
Okay, roll me your D4.
I'm hoping to buy Chef Reardon Gimsley
Yeah.
some time.
Okay. That explodes.
Oh, yay.
Nice.
6 damage. That's fantastic. Okay. Chef.
I will second the words of our Zorcist and
Okay.
say, "You will be judged," and attack him with my bashing club. Oh my god. This guy's getting judged so hard right now.
now. Another 9 damage. Goodness gracious.
Explosions!
Okay. This guy is definitely getting judged pretty hard. All right. So those were our 27s. I ended up with a 23. Who had somewhere between 27 and 23?
I had a 24.
24. Melissa, what did you have?
Yeah.
17.
Donkey.
I'm going to continue to choke this guy out with.
Give me another
my-
D6.
Yeah. All right. That is another 1.
Just another one. Doesn't do a
Jeez.
lot. It does
I'm
something.
gonna let this one. I'm gonna let this one ride. I'm gonna let this one ride.
This one, right? Okay. It's my turn. I'll tell you what, Donkey, he's gonna try and get you off, so he swings back kind of over his head with his chainsaw.
Okay.
And it's going to deal 3 damage as this chainsaw hits you. Now it hits you,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not ripping and tearing like you would imagine. It it feels like you got hit with like a metal bar or something.
Okay.
But you are going to take 3 damage off your flesh points.
All right. I have done that. And be like, your tools are ineffective against me.
He is sputtering, not getting anywhere. Cythrus, your turn.
So, me and my 6 strength are basically going to take this sword.
Yeah.
And it's like she's wanting to lift it and realizes that that's kind of not going to happen.
Yeah.
So she's basically going to kind of grab it by the pommel.
Yeah.
And just run, dragging it behind her and just try to like hit him like into the abdomen area.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You go with the drag, you get a low swing, give me your D8. Let's see what happens.
3.
3 damage. You hit him. He was kind of beat up. As you swing your sword, it clips hard into his gut, and you just completely it's a mess as you defeat this psycho killer clown with a chainsaw that was coming after you all in this dark and scary room. You've defeated it.
Looks to Donkey, imagining that it's sort of made a mess onto Donkey, and just sort of like makes a sorry face.
He is vanquished.
He is vanquished.
And there's like a bunch of stuff. And are we still in the room that had a bunch of stuff like hanging?
Yeah.
Right. We should hang him, and he shall be camouflaged.
And Cythrus will like attempt to pick him up, and her 6 strength prohibits her from doing so. So she's like, it was a good idea. And then she goes to lift, and she's just doing the like putting all of her weight into this, like wrap her arms around and lift.
Yeah.
And then tries a couple times, and then like hangs her head and waits for someone else to pick him up.
Okay. Yeah. Who's picking him up?
I will.
Give me a strength test.
Remember, exercise often.
Oh, yeah. 16?
1 over. I'm going to use a luck.
Okay.
Yeah, crit success.
1. Perfect. Yeah, you lift him up. You put him on one of these hooks. He now appears to be part of just the scenery. You've all overcome your combat. Go ahead and take another point of luck. As you catch your breath for a few moments, realizing that you were just attacked by this crazed, mutated monster. I mean, like you've come across mutants out in the waste before, but this was pretty intense. Usually they're not this aggressive. This one wasn't glowing either. Usually they glow a little bit too, but that's fine. There's also a chainsaw on the ground.
Thank you, Donkey. I don't know what we would have done if you would have made it to us.
We are a team. Do it together. You should take the tool, though.
I'll pick up the tool.
Well, I do not know what it is called. Leaf blower?
You pick up the leaf blower. It's really weird. It's a small engine attached to a flat piece of metal. Out of game, there's no chain on it or anything. So it would just count as a 2-handed melee weapon, which will deal a D8 damage.
I'll look around and like hold it out, see if anybody wants it.
No?
I'll be busy
You should
trying
take
to determine what about this mutant made him so particularly deadly. Now, you said that his innards aren't like glowing or anything like that.
No.
Weird. I will approach one of the wounds perhaps the fatal wound in his guts.
Yeah.
And then I will pull out my tasting spoon and just take a sip of whatever's leaking out.
Give me a smarts test with advantage.
Neither of those is a success.
Do you want to spend any luck?
I think I will, since I
Okay.
got some. 10
Double
meets it.
tens? Okay.
Yep.
For some odd reason, this wild mutant just tastes like a person. Maybe the humans from Skin City are creating new mutants for some kind of fighting force. You're not sure, but it just tastes like a regular person, regular human.
Bizarre. This clown tastes funny. Moving on.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like a normal guy. Look at him. He's not normal, but he tastes normal.
So in addition to being mutated in appearance, this mutant has figured out a mutation in order to taste normal.
I think we've done a good thing here today.
Donkey has a theory, and Donkey's going to try to bend the arm of this thing to see if it bends like the bone.
Oh, yeah. Give me a strength
Perhaps.
test.
Okay.
Great idea.
That's not what I'm good at. Yeah, that's a 12.
It is
That's a
strong.
fail.
It is firm. It does not bend. It
Hmm.
acts like a normal bone would.
Perhaps this is the culmination of their experiments to make a sturdier mutant.
And these are the failed ones.
Exactly.
I'm so scared right now. I don't like this place.
It is very frightening.
Cytheris kind of puts her finger to her temple, and she wants to do what she did with another one of these. So she had reached into one and got sort of the bendy bone, and that's not enough to like make a conclusion from. So she's going to go up to a different one, and she's going to kind of poke a hole until she can reach in and see if anything
You find-
different comes out this time.
A skull. As you grab the skull, it is way too light. You hold it in your hands. It's got the jaw, but the jaw is fixed. It doesn't open. The eye sockets are dark, but they're solid. Like, it's very light too, and it's got give to it. It's extremely bizarre, very unsettling.
Cytheris walks the skull over to everyone and like kind of hands just to see if someone will. She'll put the skull on the ground.
Yeah.
She'll ask Sorcist for the femur.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she'll lay the femur down, and then she'll point, and then she'll go over to the nearest thing that's hanging from the ceiling and reach into that one.
If you keep doing this, you eventually assemble like an entire skeleton, but none of it's right. It's all too light. It's all flexy and bendy. Like the hand bones are like the entirety of the skeletal hand is like fused together. Like, because, unattended bones may come apart. Same with the feet. I mean, it's completely bizarre. But it seems to make the entirety of a skeleton.
And Cytheris will just sort of put her hands up, kind of questioning, and then look to see if we have anything that's large enough to collect all of this. So, like if the person that came to attack us had like a coat or something to kind of wrap all of these bones up in.
Yeah, sure. I'll say they had like a long, like dirty, like apron, like, and you can easily take that and kind of wrap it up and make like a pack you can sling over your shoulder.
She kind of looks to everyone else as she kind of has the apron lying out.
Yes, I'll help you make the bindle stiff.
Okay. Yeah. You package it up. You can take this skeleton with you. It's super
A
light.
bendy skeleton.
Yeah, like the apron that you're wrapping it in seems to be heavier than the skeleton itself.
I'll just kind of think for a second. I'll take my glove off. And I'll just reach my hand inside and give a tug on one of the bones of this mutant.
It's firm. It's hard. It feels like a bone.
All right. And I'll take my hand out, sling it off.
Yeah.
Say, they were successful. We must stop them.
I agree.
Yes. Before their
Vertabris
numbers.
Major must be notified of this.
Yes.
Okay. There is another door. Do you proceed, or do you want to do more here?
Let us proceed onwards.
Yeah, we got to get to that ghost gym class.
We must be vigilant. It is possible that this was just an intermediate, a medium. Perhaps the large and the extra large are in the rooms to come. They will be more formidable.
We need to make it out with our intel intact.
Yes.
Yeah. You move up to the
Cythrus
next.
thinks you mean with the head intact, because that's where intelligence is, and she'll just like hold her head as she walks forward.
Perfect. Yeah. You move up to the next door. It is a heavy door. Do you all push it open?
Mhm.
As you do, blinding light comes flooding in. And it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. And you realize you are looking outside as you see a strange multicolored castle with young humans bouncing inside. There's multiple stands and carts with treats. Well, I say treats. Different human food vendors, maybe. You're not sure.
It is the Seed
seem-
Emporium.
What do you all do?
We can get seats here. Yes.
Yes, we
Mhm.
can.
Yes.
We must find these seeds.
You're the one with the tickets. As I turn to
Chef.
Shepherd and-
Yeah, that's right. I will approach the nearest vendor and I will say, "Give me your finest caramel corn seeds, please."
Oh, you want caramel corn? That's over at the popcorn vendor. Over there. You can see he's got the red carts with all the popcorn inside. That's where you could get them from.
What do you sell?
Oh, I sell. Well, I'm not selling. It's just free to take. Like, I'm just here to make sure no one overdoes it. I have got salted peanuts. I have got candy corn. I have got candied pumpkins.
As soon as he points to candy corn, I just take some.
Yeah, you grab a handful. Like, I've got scoops and stuff so you don't have to stick your hands in. But I mean, like, yeah, help yourselves.
I put it back inside and then I grab a scoop.
Yeah, he's got scoops and little like paper bowls, and you load it up. Yeah,
I
you
will
gotta-
use my blood-soaked tasting spoon to just take a few.
Oh, I'm gonna have to dump this bowl out now.
We will take the bowl.
Fine.
You will give me the bowl. As I look.
I said fine. God, don't get creepy about it, man. Then he just picks up the clear plastic serving bowl and hands you a giant bowl of candy corn.
Yes, God, you were doing God's work. had
All right,
please,
Father.
Excuse
I know
me.
because I talk to God.
Yeah.
So I apologize for the oddities of my associate. As I step up, covered in the blood from the clown,
Yeah.
I was wondering, could you direct me to your caramel apples.
Oh yeah, just 2 tables over, and you look over and you see a table full of caramel. Well, we know caramel apples, strange little brown balls with wooden sticks poking out of them. Right there.
The impaled things.
You wanted caramel apples? I mean, that's
The seeds, are they inside or are they the exterior?
Have you never eaten an apple before? Like, yes, they got
Of
seeds
course
inside.
I have eaten an apple. What do you think I am? I have an apple a day because it keeps Circuit City away.
You know there, pal. You must be from one of those ones out at Second Creek, right?
Yes.
Yeah, weird out there.
How did you know?
I just guessed. Go
I
get your
did
caramel
not realize
apples.
I gave off such an obvious vibe.
God.
Are you two here as punishment for community service?
I mean, do I look like I got my tattoos covered up and stuff?
Your tattoos covered up.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing stuff like this. We got to cover them up. Listen, the parole officer, he's a real stickler for the rules. I mean, like everyone here is.
And the stickler is responsible for impaling the apple seeds.
If I say yes, will you just go down there and get you a caramel apple?
Yes.
Yes.
And then he'll reach in and he'll grab a resume and he'll hand it to the guy. And then he'll walk over and grab a caramel apple.
This thing's covered in, what is that, like corn syrup? Like,
It is corn syrup.
okay.
Then I'm going to go
Yep.
and just like scoop up a bunch of candy apples.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
Cytherus had grabbed 2 of the candy apples
Yeah.
and like just is doing sort of like a dance with them.
Yeah.
Because what else would you do with them?
What else
So
would you
she's
do?
just
They're like little maracas. You gotta.
she's
Yeah.
just kind of like dancing in a circle with them.
I think if you
If there are
flank
any
it-
with like little peanuts on them, I'll take some of the peanuts off with my tasting spoon and say, yes, precious seeds.
Cytherus hands you one that has peanuts on it.
Perfect. You have answered all your questions. You have gathered the required seeds. What do you all do next? Do you know where your extraction point is?
I'm going to head towards the extraction point.
You head towards the extraction point, and that's time where we'll wrap it. You all have answered the questions that the Spectral Council refused to acknowledge. You have gathered new seeds that the skeletons wanted samples of that the humans were harvesting. Your mission is entirely successful. Congratulations.
With minimal
Good job,
time.
everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I think that went perfectly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nobody.
We didn't have to
got
kill
hurt.
any humans
I
whatsoever.
know.
You didn't.
Yes.
Just mutants.
Yes. And those aren't even, important. So
Yeah.
Somewhere
kill
you
them
see
all day.
Cytherus like making a little like pantomime doll with these squishy bones that we found. She's
Oh.
gonna expand her mime act.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's where we'll wrap it. Congratulations, everyone. You made it through. Skin City is on Kickstarter right now. Jeff put the links in. Please go back it. Jeff, Melissa, thank you for letting us show off our game. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
And I'll stop talking so you all can do what you do at the end of your show.
I mean, if you want to plug your other stuff, like what you're doing with Defenders, where we can find more stuff about Cannon Otter, we can do that too.
Yes, I'll do the Defenders part because that is mine. I don't think we're going to have anything on Wednesday because I think Jeremy's still going to be MIA. Friday, we should be back for more of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign. Yeah, I think that's it for our week. Adam?
All right.
Yeah, check out our Kickstarter page because if you really like the way that Chuck ran this game, you can even have him run the game for you.
You can.
That's going to be his favorite thing to do out of this entire Kickstarter. Yes. So please fulfill his wishes, fulfill his dreams of running a game for perfect strangers. It's going to make him so happy.
Very happy.
Back at that level, please. But yeah, no, seriously, if you want to get in a game with some of your friends and some of us at Cannon Otter Studio, you can back at that level. If you like the doodles that our studio member Jordan does, you can get a defaced copy where he'll doodle in your book. And you know what? If you want all of it, there is a tier for that too. You can get the game, you can get a defaced copy, and you can get Chuck to run you through an adventure. It's on there. And if you want to check out our previous game that we had a Kickstarter for earlier in the year, you can get that as an add-on. It's Teenage Odyssey. Oh, look at that.
I've got a copy too.
Yeah.
Ciao. Adam's got the good copy though. And why do you have the good copy?
I do have the good copy, but not on me. It's in a case I have planned to take with me to a game store around here so I can show them. So I'll be talking with them tomorrow.
I was fishing for you to plug our online store.
Oh, yes, our online store, store.cannonotter.com. Yes. And you can get one of our awesome copies that way. It's through a different printer who offers a matte covering, which I'm a fan of matte covering for books. So
Teenage Odyssey is great on its own, but that if you buy it from the store, I think it looks
the different. The neon is more neon.
Neon's more neon, and it's on a cream colored paper. Yeah.
So, so go ahead and check out our Kickstarter. And if you like everything you're seeing, go ahead and back at that super awesome level, but whatever level you really want. As long as we can get to our goal, then we'll have a game that everyone can eventually get one day. So that's the goal.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks for running this, Chuck. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
And I still think back to like where, like, because this is the seed for this, right?
The seed came from the Thunder Rift campaign.
It was the Bullreg. It was the Bullreg son of Bullreg. I still remember that. It's one of my favorite characters I've ever played.
Bone
Dumb and
Curtain.
Scared. Yeah, I remember that. It was a lot of fun. So cool to see like it actually it's a big thing now. That's awesome. Okay, so for us, what do we got going? Tomorrow night is our next game. Our buddy Steven, he hops into the GMC. He runs us through some Star Trek adventures. We have been fighting eggs in space. It's weird. And then on Thursday, we're doing more Arzium. I think we're missing Jeremy, but we should have Aaron back. So it's a equal trade. And then Friday and Saturday, we're actually off this week, but we will be back next Monday with more Otherscape, where you can see Chuck, myself, Melissa, and a couple other folks as we go back to our Mythos Cyberpunk game. Other than that, check out, if you're watching this later, if you're listening to this later, check out the descriptions and such for links. I'll have links to the Kickstarter page and all that good stuff, so you can kind of back it later. All right. And last thing, thank you to Tabletop Horrors again for the raid. We really do appreciate it. We are going to pay it forward, and we're going to raid our friends over at Insomnia Night RPG. So follow the raid. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Goodbye.